Hello, everybody. How are you? Let me get us back to where we were. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Sorry about that. I might post that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Thank you for joining me. I'm sorry that I had to go away for a minute there. I had to take care of a few things. And now we're back. So I'm just going to give a few minutes for a couple people to get in here. Thank you for stopping by. Hello, Davy. Oh, you are. Oh, I'm so excited. You're figuring out stuff for our dance contest. Yay! How exciting. Yay! I love it. I love it. I don't know if you got to hear the singing bowl before. It sure was beautiful. Hello, hello, Sandra D. Hello, Stephen. How are you? How's everybody doing? Sorry, I had to cut the other live short, but my host, whose house this is, and why I'm watching her house is because her son's getting married, and she called because she was missing something, and so I had to kind of bring her down and help her to find it, and she found it. So we're back on now. Hello, 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 hello. It's good to see everybody. Sometimes you just have to, when you're missing stuff, sometimes you just have to relax and then it comes back to you. As my mentor used to say, sometimes when you get all worked up, it could be right in front of you. And as my mom used to say, when I'd be like, where is it? I can't find it. And my mom would never tell me. Oh no, my mom would never tell me. She used to say, if it was a snake, it would have bit you. And I'd be like, what? Then tell me where it is. Oh, thank you. It's going really great. The dogs are downstairs right now, relaxing. Hello, hello, Mohammed. How are you? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. I had started doing with the singing bowls. Hello, hello, hello. Let me see if I can unplug you guys for a minute or lift you up so you can see this. And so I have some bowls. Hello, hello, hello. Nice to have you join me. So this is a singing bowl, if you don't know what a singing bowl is. And it sings. And it's used to enhance physical and mental agility. Hello, hello, hello. And to also, you know, I don't know if you've ever heard of tuning forks, but some people use tuning forks to kind of adjust their energy. Some people use singing bowls. The Tibetan monks, they use singing bowls. It's a very, how can I say, it's a very sacred thing. And we're going to do it today. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. And I started to do the singing bowls and I had to walk away. So we're going to do it again. We're going to start again and do it again. So I'm just going to give a few minutes. I'm going to give a little warning. If you have sensitive ears or if you have headphones on, then you might want to either lower the volume or take your headphones off for a minute, or you might want to scroll away and come back. It does have a higher pitched sound, and it lasts for a little bit, just a few seconds or so. And once I spin the bowl around, what'll happen is we're going to just let it play itself out. And once it's done, then we'll do it again. So I'm going to step over here and I'm going to clear the energy by hitting the bells over here. And then if you're tuning in for the first time, I'm going to be using a singing bowl this morning. I'm here house sitting and dog sitting, and I usually use this time as a time to retreat, a kind of private retreat for myself so that I can kind of realign myself and spend some time taking care of me. So you're just going to join me and benefit. All right, so let me go hit some of those bells over there. And now Stephen has a song in his head. All right, let me do this real quick. All right. All right, let's do our bowl. All right, are you guys ready? Hello, hello, everybody. All right. I'm hoping this helps me a little. All right. That's my favorite part, when it echoes through. Hello, hello, Amy. How are you? I'm using a singing bowl. I don't know if you've ever experienced a singing bowl. Sometimes it's a little loud. Each one has a different frequency or a different hertz. This one we're using right now is a 432. Pretty crazy, huh? Okay, we're going to do it another time. Yes. Close your eyes. Amy needs to go to sleep. Amy, do you have any lavender? Do you have any lavender or chamomile or anything like that that'll help you sleep? If you have any sleepy time tea, that would be good too. Hello, Brenda. How are you? Hello, Chase. How are you? We're just using a singing bowl. I don't want to touch it while it's still singing. And each day that we're here, and we're going to be here for 6 days, we're going to add on another bowl. So we'll have the first bowl. The first bowl that we're working on today is our solar plex. Solar plex is an area that keeps us fear-based. It's usually where we hold our sexual trauma, but also any kind of abuse, mental, emotional, or physical abuse. And what this does in Eastern medicine or holistic medicine or theories is that it helps to kind of break up the energy a little bit and release things. Sometimes it can be very beneficial, and other times it can feel like you're going a little crazy. It's kind of like when you start to study Reiki. When I used to teach, I tell all my students, you're going to have what they call the Reiki shake. And they're like, what's the Reiki shake? And I go, your life is going to shake up. Because when you start working in here, the out here changes. The same way that when you were not very good in here, the outside reflected that. All right, let's do it again, because we're going to do it in threes. Oh, let's see. Then you might have to use that old-fashioned technique. In the olden days, they used to say counting sheep, that you would lay there and you try to rest your mind on just one thing. So you don't have to count sheep, you can count something else. So try to get your mind to be quiet. Is there something you're worried about for school? Or did you have a little caffeine before you're going to bed? That's not good. Sometimes we have to quiet our mind in order to be able to release things. And sometimes you don't even have to remember them. Maybe it's an emotion, and that emotion always triggers you. goes back and forth like that. That's my favorite part. I say that all the time. Oh, yes, Chase, you're more than welcome to subscribe. Oh, hello, Kelly. How are you? I'm doing really good. I'm just working with the singing bowl. Oh, is it blurry? Is it blurry? I think I might have, let me see, she has one of these little towels right here. Is that better? Is that better? Can you see better now? Oh, good, good, good. Yes, I'd love for you to subscribe. Sorry, it was a little dirty. All right. Maybe our vibrations dirtied it up, right? Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, relax your mind. You know, sometimes we used to call it the monkey mind. And what that means is that it was always jumping around, you know, thinking about the past that you can't change, thinking about a future that hasn't got here, worrying about something that you're not even, that sometimes you don't even remember what you're worried about. Do you ever have that? Do you ever, all of a sudden, you're not even thinking about anything and some terrible thought comes in your mind and you're like, ooh, and then you're like, what was I thinking about? Yeah, that always sucks. Oh, it sure does, doesn't it? All right, we're going to do another round. And like I said, we're working on our solar plex today. That is the area we're going to be working, hopefully, our way up. Wow. Isn't that unique? And the fact that in Egypt, in the temples, they would use instruments to raise the vibration in the temple. And that the Tibetans use singing bowls to raise the vibration. So there's definitely, and music has a vibration. I don't know if you guys know that, but music actually has a vibration. I can't remember the hertz, but Prince used to only record his thing at a certain hertz. So there's a lot more to this than what I'm explaining right now. You're getting like this small little mini version because we're just on a little retreat. But you can look up videos. I'm sure there's a lot of other people who are more skilled in singing bowls. I had a CD that actually had like, you know, a recording of the singing bowls, and oh my gosh, it's beautiful because like each one's different. Here, I'll just show you just so you kind of know. So this was the one you just heard. That is the solar plex. Then tomorrow, what we're going to add is we're going to do this, but we're going to add the heart chakra. That's the heart chakra one. Oh, thank you. Yeah, they're running everywhere. Stephen can't sleep either. Wow, I wonder what's going on. Is there a full moon coming up? Is it full moon madness? Full moon madness? It's the heart one again. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I had to go. I might post that one anyhow. I don't know. We'll see. Now, I don't know if you have your headphones on, if you could hear that circling, but it actually goes around. And when you're listening to it, it sounds like stereo, even though obviously it's not hooked up to anything. And then the last one that we're going to do working on this week is our throat chakra. And we all can use our throat chakra, right? We all have issues talking out our problems or addressing them, or maybe you're like me and for many years you didn't speak to things that you should have spoke to, and now you need to speak to them. And so your throat chakra is right here. And so remember, we were doing our solar plex, then we were doing our heart, and now we're going to do our throat. That way we can speak to things. Oh, I'll bring you downstairs so that you can see them. Oh, they're downstairs. They like the singing bowls too. We're going to walk down after I get done doing this one, and we're going to check on them. They probably need to go outside. And then Justine probably needs to eat. So see how each one has a different frequency? So break that up. Wow. So we're going to be doing that every day, just a little bit to break up the energy and to kind of help us move through. I'm going to take a little drink of my electrolytes, and then we're going to pull a card. I've been drinking my electrolytes again because I wasn't feeling good this morning. All right, so I got this little deck of cards. I think I left the box. Oh, sorry, little bowl. So here is the cards that I'm going to be, it's called Soul Truth cards, self-awareness deck cards. Okay, so let's pull a card, because that's what we're going to be working on today. That's what we're going to be working on today. I like oracle cards. Therapists are using them now. They're not just used for tarot reading or psychic reading. They're used to stimulate the mind and to break out of thought patterns that you might not have. You know, a lot of us feel like we're built this way. Like, I am who I am, who I am. And that is true. To the core, you are who you are. But we have the ability to change things that get in our way or obstacles. And I know that this world is one right now where we actually rejoice for stress. We'd rather watch somebody doing an act of violence or being angry than we would watch somebody be happy. But that isn't how we were meant to be. We weren't meant to be in fight or flight 24 hours a day. Oh, there's the card. That we weren't meant to be constantly stress or fight. Like some people might say, well, when we were cavemen, we always had to, no. I mean, Neanderthals had time to make jewelry, do cave drawings, bury their dead. You know, I mean, hello, we were a civilization. We weren't always stressed out. We became stressed out, I think, as civilizations go. How can I infuse more self-love and compassion into my daily life? So there's our question for today. Let me turn it around so you can see it. So our question today that we're going to be asking ourselves is, how can I infuse more self-love and compassion into my daily life? So just off the top of the head, do you think that there's anything, drinking and singing? That's right. We had a lot more singing and a lot more drinking. Can you think of anything that you could do right now to not only give yourself more self-love, but actually also compassion for yourself and the things that you've been through or the things you're worried about? If your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. Buddha, that's a quote from Buddha. I'll say it again. If your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. Today's soul action. So today, this is our soul action. I'll take a picture of it and I'll put it in the Discord. Maybe I have to put it in the, I'll have to figure out where to put it. Maybe I'll put it in the general. All right. Amy, hang on. Today's soul action is choose one self-care action to do today, okay? So these are your ones that you could choose from. Set stronger boundaries, meditate and listen to your heart, speak to yourself with compassion, focus on your strengths, say no to something that isn't a soul yes. Now, how many of us go against that? Oh my gosh. I don't think we need stress. I mean, you might think you need stress, Lord Harvey. Maybe you need stress, but someone like me does not need stress. I have, life gives enough stresses just being in nature and being in a society with multiple different people from diverse backgrounds and ideologies and everything. That's enough stressful. I don't add any more stress. So let go of what you cannot control. Hello. Ask for help and allow it. That's a tough one for me. I always have a hard time asking for help. Write down 3 things you are grateful for. So I'm going to take this card down and I'm going to utilize that in my journal writing today, and be able to write down what my boundaries are that I want to set. I definitely been listening to my heart more. I do need to speak with compassion because sometimes I'm a little harder on myself than I should be. I give a lot more compassion to others than I do myself, that's for sure. Focus on my strengths. Well, what are my strengths? I might not even know what they are. So yes, I need to focus on them. And I think these are the most important ones. Say no to something that isn't a soul yes, and say yes to something you're afraid of. Let go of what you cannot control. I can't control how anybody comes in this room. I can't. Earlier, I had somebody come in and was very ugly from the beginning, and they, for whatever reason, they didn't like how I looked because I hadn't even said anything, and they did a lot of vomit faces. And I can't control that. I can't control other people's meanness, other people's disrespect, other people's violation against my boundaries or my body or my mind. But I can protect myself in other ways, and that's by saying no to things that I'm not in agreement with and saying yes to things that I'm afraid of and walking through them and asking for help and then allowing it. And of course, I can give 3 things I'm grateful for right now. I'm grateful for my family on here. I'm grateful for my health. And I'm grateful that the people who love me really love me, and that even my world is very small. I'd rather have 3 people who really love me than 10 who are just pretending to be. All right, let's go down for Amy and let's see the dogs. Looks like the chat's still working, so we'll go down there. We'll see if that'll help her. Oh, yeah. Oh, Art. Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Heidi. And, Lord Harvey, I'm not dismissing the fact that life doesn't give you something to worry about, but why add to it? You know what I mean? All right. Let me get you. I'll come back up and clean my... Well, let me grab my stuff real quick. Now, we're going to keep this card out. And I'll probably leave these cards in here. You know me, I like to put things away as I go. And we'll be using this again later on today. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Like I said, I can't control someone else's ugly. I can only control my reaction to their ugly. And my reaction is, I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be. I'm not a supermodel. I'm not an Insta girl. I'm not I'm just somebody who wants to share her life with other people and hopefully help to relieve some of their stress, All right, I'm going to take this with me too case the chat stops working. And then we'll go down and see the dogs. Yeah, I don't mind you asking me something, long as it isn't disrespectful to me. All right, I'm going to turn you around. I'll still be able to see the chat, but this way you'll be able to see us going downstairs. And we'll probably have to let the doggies out. They've been very patient with me. Can I pet that dog? You can. You can pet this dog. You can pet this dog because it's not a bear. It's not a bear. Look, there they are right there. Rose! Rose, what are you doing? Did you miss me? Charlie! Charlie, you want to go outside? Oh, you do? I don't think that's a really good way for you to carry Snoopy. I bet you're hurting Snoopy. Hello, hello, hello. Let me put this down so I can give you pets. Yep, let me put this down so I can give you pets. Hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on. Oh, oh, Rose. Oh, Charlie, how you doing? Where's my Rose? Watch your butt. I know, Rose got a big old butt. Oh, yeah, Rose got a big old butt. Rose, you got a big old butt. Your butt is big, huh? That's right. You guys want to go outside? Let me get my shoes. Let me get my shoes. Let me get my shoes. You ready, Charlie? You ready, Charlie? And then guess what? When you get done, I'm not even going to think about it, because if I think about it, get that, Charlie. Get that one. Get that. I'll get it. I'll get it. I'll get it for you, Charlie. I'll get it. I'll get it. All right, let me put my shoes on. All right, let's go let them out. Aren't they adorable? I know. They are super adorable. Super adorable. Super adorable. All right, come on. Come on. You are just so cute. I'll open the door for you guys, okay? You don't have to go through the doggy door. No, you don't have to go through the doggy door. All right. All right. And then, oh, I know they're adorable. This is, I think I have to, oh, that one's dry. Well, it's a little wet, but that one. These are all their toys that they drag outside. And then I try to rescue them. And then here they are outside. See, there's Rose. Rose. A rose by any other name. She's all rolling around. They always roll around out in the... Dun, 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 dun. So, yeah, I usually have to pull all these out. This one's cute. Look, it's like a little ducky. And then this is a cute one. This is like a little bunny. I always like to see which ones they kind of get. Oh, that looks, I think we could do that. Oh, almost forgot the ducky. Oh, yeah. It's going to be cold, but yeah. Let me get a sweatshirt or something on. I know that froggy one is cute, huh? All right, maybe I'll wear one of their sweaters real quick, so hold on. I'll use this sweatshirt. And I'll go outside real quick. All right. And I'll touch the snow for you. As long as it doesn't get all stuck to my hand. Now, I'll show you that I use a lot of ice. So, just to show you how cold it is. Hi, Rose. I set this bag of ice out here so that I could have ice for my... What are you doing? Are you going in? Well, hold on. Hold on. Look, watch this. Now you know she just put Snoopy out there. What'd you get this time? You got the snowman? Oh, Lord. You got your snowman? I got to touch the ice for Amy. And look, there's Snoopy. Are you ready, Amy? I got to touch it where there's no yellow. It's kind of hard underneath here, but it's really soft underneath. So it's like on the top part, it's real hard. What? 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 So it's fluffy underneath here, but on the top, it's really hard. Hey, are you going to pick up Snoopy? Why don't you take Snoopy in? Do you want to take Snoopy? No? All right. I'll take Snoopy in. All right, let's go in. Woo, my hand's cold now, Amy. I do have to tell you this, Amy. Snow is very cold. All right, hold on. Okay, your butt. Now your butt. All right, hold on a minute. No, don't. Hey. Come back here. Thank you. Come right here. Come on, Rose. Oh. You too, Charlie. You're next. Oh! Here, hold on. All right. All right. All right, Charlie, you're next. You're next, Charlie. And then I think you guys are going to have to wear your sweaters tonight, because I think it's going to get really cold tonight. You guys want a treat? You want a treat? I can get you a treat. Okay, so then once again, here we go. You guys will have to make bets on what doggy toy. Snoopy's back in there now. This is the new one. All right, come on, Rose. You guys want a treat? You want a treat? You want a treat? All right, come over here and we'll get you a treat. We'll get you a treat. Hello, everybody. Did you like that snow? Ooh, it's cold. Ooh, it's cold. All right. So, how about a couple small ones to start out with, guys? We'll start out with some small ones, okay? So there's yours. What do you think? You okay with that one? What about you? All right. One treat, all taken care of. All right. Let me put this jacket back. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, you have to really keep an eye. Yes, Snoopy. Snoopy. Did you guys eat that already? Oh my gosh, you ate that fast. You ate that fast. Oh. Let me get my... I think I'm going to put my jacket. I'm going to bring my jacket. Woo. Oh, Charlie, how are you doing? All right. Oh, hello. You want to see the doggies? You want to see the doggies? The doggies. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So these are the doggies. This is Rose. And Rose is the one with the big old butt. And then that's Charlie. Oh, Rose, watch Charlie. He's the sweet one. He's the introvert. Yes, he's very sweet. They're very sweet. Both of them are. And, oh yeah, they're adorable. They're adorable. All right, let me get my water and I'm going to take off these shoes. And then I think we're going to eat something because I'm hungry. What? Oh, you guys are so sweet. Here, they'd probably rather watch you than watch me. For right now. There you go. Oh, yes. What is this? Is this a donkey? Is this a donkey? And what is this? A pig? Ooh, that pig sounds funny. Which one do you want? You want one? Nah. This is your baby, huh? This is your baby, huh? This is your baby, huh? All right, let me... Can't pet that dog. Yes, you can. You can pet this dog. You can pet this dog. system. I think I got a bruise though, because Rose is definitely known to give bruises. She's definitely known to give bruises. Shauna, you have a late night last night for a birthday night? Celebrating all these birthdays. Everybody's celebrating all these birthdays. Oh, let me wash my hands. All right, let me give you rubs before I wash my hands. Oh, yes. Oh, Rose, you are so beautiful. Oh, you too. You are handsome. Oh, all right, all right. Good job. Yeah, good job. Good job, Charlie. Hey, Rose, watch your big old butt. That's right. Tell Rose to watch your big old butt. That's how she knocks you out of the way, huh? Yeah, Rose has a big old butt and tends to knock you and me out of the way with her big old butt. She got a big old butt. Rose got a big old butt. Oh yeah, Rose got a big old butt. Rose got a big old butt. That's right. Charlie, you're so sweet. Even though Rose is always trying to knock you out with her butt. She's always trying to knock you out with her butt. She is always trying to knock you out with her butt. Now I gotta figure out what I want for lunch. Yes, you can pet that dog. She does got a lot of junk in her trunk. OMG. And what she loves to do with that junk in her trunk is she likes to see that he's, I know I'm talking about you. It's not a bad thing, Rose. Let me get that out of your eye. It's not a bad thing, Rose. Then Rose will come up on Charlie and she'll go, bam, bam, bam. Before you know it, poor Charlie's knocked over and Rose is in a place and I'm like, dang, that girl got a big old butt. That girl got a big old butt. Yeah, but she's got a heart of gold. Heart of gold, but a big old butt. A big old butt. All right, so what am I going to have for lunch? I got to figure it out. And I'm like Charlie. The first couple of days in a new place, I'm very quiet and shy. So I hope you guys enjoyed the singing bowls. That was really cool. We're going to be doing those daily. You could pet the dog, Amy. That should make you feel better. So, Amy, lay down in your bed and see Rose and Charlie jumping on your bed and cuddling up with you to help you go to sleep. Hello, Vince. How are you? Vince, cigar smell. Is it a big stogie? Is it a big stogie? All right. I'm going to make something, and then we're going to work towards making something sweet for later on today. I have apple crisp, and then I have those cherry pies I made before. I'm very excited. I know we have a couple days here, but it's so funny how the time always flies, especially when you want to cook, right? All right, so let me see. I think I want to do a salad. So let me get out a few things. And Mrs. Rose is on the floor right here. Mrs. Rose. Mrs. Rose. Sweet Rose. Rose, you are so sweet. You are so sweet. You are so sweet. Oh, I got pears too. I wonder if I should have a... Oh, I know what I'm going to have. I know what I'm going to have. We're going to have beets. And we're going to have lettuce. And we're going to have goat cheese. Goat. What, you heard goat cheese and you wanted to come over? What? You want some goat cheese? I didn't know you liked goat cheese. You like goat cheese? Well, come on over. Come on up here. I won't disappoint. Come on over. Come on over. I'll figure out something. All right, so let's... I know. Let's see. What can I give you guys? Here, why don't we slip you a little... Why don't we try to slip you your pill? Why don't we try to slip you your pill with some cheese? All right, so let me just make sure I have the right tablet. Charlie. Let's see. There we go. This is the one right here. All right. So I'm using the cheese trick. We're going to give them a little stuff they're paying. Oh, they're very good dogs. Yeah, you can pet this dog. So we'll see if it'll work. I'm going to roll it up. I'm going to roll it up. Do you want some, Rose? There you go. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh my gosh, good stuff. It worked. Good, good, good. I probably spoil you guys too much, but here. There you go. All right. Yay. So they've had their pain pill now because they've been limping. And now they actually, yeah, I'm taking their pill, their pain pill as a dog, and I was rolling it up in a piece of cheese. Because if you try to stick it in the cheese, they figure it out. But if you roll it up in the cheese, sometimes you could get it down them without, without them knowing about it. I had an Australian Shepherd once, and he was really sick with Lyme, and I would try to give him pills. And he'd take the food, right? And then he'd start shaking his mouth. And then all of a sudden that pill would just come flying out of his mouth. That dog was so smart. I'd be like, dang, we can't get that pill down that dog no matter what we do. He was already on to the hot dog trick. He was on to all kinds of tricks, even the cheese trick. He knew how to do that. So I was like, all right. Just got to remember sometimes these dogs are smarter than we are. They are smarter than we are. Okay, so I am going to have a salad. You got a cheese. You have a cheese tax. What's a cheese tax? What is a cheese tax? Is it kind of like those crazy TV taxes where if you have more than one TV in your house, then you got to pay a tax on it? All right, I need a little bit more electrolytes. This is what my girlfriend needs. My soul sister, she needs a little electrolytes. If you're needing a little pick-me-up in your pick-me-up, I sure was. All right, so I'm going to use my bowl from this morning. And I think what I'm going to use is a plate because beets sometimes can be kind of messy. Beets can be a little messy. I know, man, I'm feeling it. Everybody's feeling it. People are having a hard time sleeping right now. I keep thinking, what is going on? But I think it's just the wind, the cold, just the stresses that are going on right now. A lot of times we get a little carried away. But I don't mean like with good time. I just mean our body sometimes goes, hey, I need to pick me up. All right. I thought about doing cucumbers with this, but I don't know. I really like it when it's just simple. So I think I'm going to wait on the cucumbers because I'm thinking about making for dinner tonight spring rolls, sushi style. I've been waiting for some stuff, but then I don't know. I'm also, trying to figure out what's going to happen this weekend. What's going to happen this weekend? So let's cut up some salad, and then I'll use these beets to cut them up. Yeah, that definitely. I am in the U.S. The great U.S. of A. Yeah, you could come visit me. Are you on my Discord, Amy? Do you have my email? All right. let's get to cutting some of this. Yeah, I have some chili left over. Let me tell you, the other day that was really good. I think that's a good idea. And the other thing too, I was thinking about is baked potatoes with chili over the top of them. That would be really good too. Like you could do a little baked potatoes, that's a little filling, put the chili on top of the little cheese. Oh, that's some different comfort food. That's really some good comfort food right there. If you like comfort food, that is comfort food. Oh, was it very interesting? Yeah, you're going to have to fill me in on it. You're going to have to fill me in on it. I know those meetings are always so much fun. And I missed everybody too. We just had the wrong day. Oh, like a jacket potato. Is that what you call it? Oh, I like that idea. One of my first things that I learned how to make for a man was a baked potato, obviously, taco style. So I took a baked potato and then I put ground beef in it. And then I put lettuce, cheese, tomatoes with the little, oh my God, it was so good. I was like, man, this isn't so bad. My worst mistake I ever made cooking for a man was I didn't know anything about like spices. And so I didn't know what paprika was, but it sure was pretty. So this is my first husband. I've been married twice. And God bless him. He started eating it and I took a bite and I was like, oh, this is nasty. Because I don't know if you've ever coated the whole piece of chicken in paprika, but I coated the whole thing. Terrible idea. Terrible idea. He ate it and I go, how is it? And he's like, well, and I said, it's okay. It tastes horrible. We scraped it off and we laughed. So, you know, I've had my moments when it comes to cooking, but luckily he was a really good sport about it. Yes. Oh, yeah. Boundaries. I mean, that is a part of self-love. On everything. Oh gosh, yes. I'm really, a smoked paprika, sometimes I have to be really careful if I use that a lot, but yeah, boundaries are a huge thing. I think I've shared this before, but I'll share it again. I always had boundaries, but my problem was, oh, thank you, cool guy Spike. My problem was that I put boundaries on after. So let's say, I always use this as an example. Okay, I just use this as an example. That in the olden days, if someone came to my house and they were bringing a 6-pack of beer, smoking a cigarette, and walking up to my door, well, I saw them get out of the car. I'd be grabbing an ashtray, even though I don't smoke. I always have one for my friends that smoke. I'd be grabbing an ashtray. I'd be trying to figure out how to get the beer out of their hand so they're not spilling beer all over my house and dropping their ashes or flicking their cigarette in my wood. And I would be like, oh, hi, how are you? Oh, here, I got an ashtray for you. They'd be like, oh, isn't that great? But really, I was trying to like, please don't put your ashes out in my woods or around my house. Because the worst thing I want is someday to have grandbabies. They're out in the woods and go, what is this, Grandma? And me having to be like, oh, it's a cigarette from this guy that didn't respect the woods and didn't respect me. So I'd be trying to do that. Then I'd be like, look, I got a frosty mug for your beer. Here, why don't you sit over here? I'd be trying to control it. Where the new me, the boundaries go in front. So what would happen is once they came and whether they spilled their beer or did their cigarettes, I would tell them, listen, do you mind not, smoking, putting your ashes out here or flicking your bud here? Or do you mind not coming here drunk because it's just really inappropriate for you to show up here drunk? What I would do now is as soon as they showed up with the beer and the cigarette, I'm like, hey, nobody smokes here in this house. Sorry, you'll have to put your cigarette out and, put it out in your ashtray, put it out in your car and no beer. If you want to drink, come in. I got something you could drink, but leave your beer out in your car. I'd have boundaries. And I think that's the whole thing. Hi, Joshi. The whole thing is that boundaries are supposed to be set before because you already learned the lesson. They don't come after they hurt you. So that is my goal for it was towards end of 2024 and 2025 is to be like, nope, 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 nope. My boundary is this. Sorry. I'd rather be by myself and have my boundaries kept than be with people who kept stepping over my boundaries because they didn't respect them. So that's the new me. And you don't have to be rude like that. I mean, obviously, I'm a sweet person. I probably wouldn't be like, get the heck out of here. But I probably would be like, hey, it makes me uncomfortable, or I don't like it when you do this. And that's the thing is what we're working on is our throat chakra, right? That's one of the bowls that we're going to be working on this week. That's why I love coming here, because I'm working on the most important things. My fear of speaking to something, okay? Coming from the heart, knowing that I need to have self-love, I need to have compassion for myself, and then speaking it, even if it hurts to speak it. I used to tell, I'd rather you tell me the truth if it's going to hurt me than try to pacify me with a lie. That's just how I am, and I still feel that way to this day. Like even if the lie is going to hurt me, I mean, hurt me, please tell me the truth, because lying to me makes me think you think I'm a fool. And number two, you're disrespecting me. How can you love someone and disrespect them by lying to them? Because you don't want to speak the truth either. Like, they don't want to speak the truth. I used to be so angry. I'd be like, can we just tell the truth here? Can we just tell the truth? Then I get to choose for myself. If you have something that you're hiding, come tell me. You never know. I might accept it. I might be like, that ain't no big deal, because maybe it's more important to you, but at least you have the respect to tell me. So I get really frustrated at a world that wants me to mind read what they want and then be disappointed that their expectations are let down, but they won't tell me. And me, I blurt it out now. Hi, Demetrius. How are you? Yes, I think that the other one, Florida something. Florida time. Hello, Demetrius. Well, and listen, I had a friend once, and he used to tell what we call fish stories, okay? It wasn't that he didn't really catch a fish. He caught a fish, but he'd be like, yeah. Somebody'd be like, I caught this big one. He'd go, oh, me too. I got this big fish. It's this big, and blah, blah, blah. And he'd be lying about it. But I used to forgive him. You want to know why? Because his insecurity, he was very self-conscious. He wanted everybody to like him. So instead of kind of being like, hey, stop lying, you didn't catch that fish, I started working on building his self-esteem on the things that he could tell the truth about. And he could be like, yeah, you caught a fish, but it doesn't have to be the biggest fish. Yeah, you used to do this, but you didn't have to be the world famous. And you don't always have to, when somebody's telling a story. I got this from a book once. Heidi. I got this from a book once, okay? It was about being a better listener and pulling people close to you. And what it said was, when someone's telling a story, when they're like going, I went to the Swiss Alps and I went to stay, and even if you went to the Swiss Alps, even if you just got back and there's stuff on your phone, do not pull out your phone and be like, oh, you went to the Swiss Alps? Here, I went to the Swiss Alps too. Look, this is where I stayed. Don't take that person's glory. I mean, I shouldn't say don't. Try not to take that person's glory. Let them tell you the story. You don't have to tell them you went to the Swiss. Later on in some conversation, they're going to go, I didn't know you went there, Justine. I'll be like, oh yeah. When we talked about, you didn't tell. I go, well, your story was I was so interested in your story that my story isn't anything compared to yours. See, there's ways. And you know how I learned how to do this? Ready? Want to know my secret? It's called the Andy Griffith Show. Yeah. You want to know why? Because Andy had to help Barney out all the time. And Barney sometimes had good intention, but he didn't always do the right thing. And so for me, that was my lesson about what my mom called creative manipulation, but also in being honest. And to that one person that was telling fish stories, let me tell you, I sat that person across one day because I couldn't take it anymore. Okay. I'd accepted it. I tried all the things I could. I finally sat that person across from me and said, listen, if you want to be around me and my son, you got to stop lying. Because I can't have my son around a role model, even if it's a fish story, even if it's just an exaggeration. I don't want my son to feel that he always has to feel less than unless his story is bigger. And then to do it, I said, listen, I'm I'm also going to put a spell on you. And every time you lie, your tongue is going to swell up in your mouth. He laughed, but psychology works. Every time he would start to tell a lie, he said his tongue would start to swell in his mouth. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. I don't got no control over your tongue swelling. What it was is you subconsciously now were thinking about what you were saying, as we all should. And he was in my son's life until the day that he died. And let me tell you, it was beautiful seeing him become him without having to tell stories or lie or tell this person one thing and tell this person one thing and this one person because he didn't want to get everybody upset. So telling the truth is more than just burying our soul. It's about having respect for ourselves and each other and the people we love. Because let me tell you, our kids especially, when we're lying to our kids, they think we're a bunch of hypocrites. And they're right. If we're telling them to tell the truth and then we're lying to them, we're hypocrites. And who are they? You think they're going to respect us? No, ain't going to be respecting us. They're going to be like, what? Well, I'm going to listen to you, Mom. You're a liar. So see, my friend once told me that kids are like the monkey see, monkey do, right? They're more likely to do what you do than what you say to do. Yeah, I know. I've been around a lot of smart people in my life, but I do a lot of listening too. And I think everybody has something to add. Oh, thank you, Gigi. Thank you. Oh, the stealing someone's glory. Yeah, I see that happen a lot. And it drives me crazy because I always think to myself, let that person have that moment. It's their moment. They brought up that story. It's for them, not for us. Not for us. And do we really have to tell them that we were the same place they were? We don't, unless they say, I have relatives in da-da-da-da. And you go, oh, really? I have relatives that live there. Really? Yes. Then you can have a little exchange, but not in the beginning. Let them have their moment. Let them have their moment. We don't get enough moments. I mean, I know a lot of people were like onto the big trophy thing. Everybody needs to get a trophy, but I'm not into the trophy for everybody. I'm into that person worked really hard for that trophy and they should be recognized for that. And the people who don't, then we just encourage them to do better. It's not that hard. Humans complicate things a lot more than what they are, believe me. I've been guilty of doing it just as much as anybody else. That's why I love Wayne Dyer. If you've ever read any of his books or watched any of his PBS specials, he really changed my whole life in the fact that he was like, you're not stuck with who you are. You're not stuck with how you see life. You're not stuck. See, even the kids are saying that. They're not stuck either. They're not stuck either. And I think that's the whole thing, right? Is learning to be respectful to each other and to ourselves and standing up for ourselves. And like I said, that's the throat chakra now. Like it isn't always pretty to say, but You're leaving, Amy? All right, Amy, have a good night. I hope you get some rest. Thank you. Now, Amy, you have a good day at school, and if you didn't get enough sleep, I'm sure it will work itself out, okay? I think I'm going to do 2 of these. Aw. Yes, thank you for coming by. Thank you for hanging out. I'm glad you got to see the snow and the doggies. I mean, look at this tiny little beat. What's going on over there? You doing all right? Did you lose it? Did you get it? All right. I was like, if you need my help, I'll get it for you. I don't think they need my help. I don't think they need my help. What do you got now? Which one is this one? I gotta wash my hands, but let me look. What is this one? Oh, this one. Dun, dun, dun. This one is very sad. Whatever this one was, it's not it anymore. It isn't it anymore. No, you're not going to want any beets. You're not going to want any beets. I know that it smells good. I know it smells good, Rose, but you would not like beets. I mean it. I don't even know if dogs can have beets. I don't think dogs can have beets anyhow. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Oh, and I'll have the doggies for the next couple days. I'll be with the doggies for till Monday. Till Monday. Well, Kelly, sometimes I need to hear it too. You know what I mean? I need to be reminded of boundaries. And that's the whole thing with the card we pulled about self-love, you know, and compassion. I have to have compassion for myself. And sometimes, you know, I remember telling somebody once, listen, I got to protect my heart because you didn't. And you had an opportunity to protect my heart and you didn't. So now I got to protect my heart. So it's the same thing. That's like having compassion for yourself. You know, earlier, someone came in and I was talking about not having stress. And they were like, yeah, but we need stress. And I was like, no, we don't need stress. We don't. We have enough stress. Death is stressful. Having a baby is stressful. Getting a job is stressful. Getting fired from a job is stressful. There are things that are already stressful that we're not going to be able to get away from. But if we can control the things we can, then the things we can't control, then we can handle them better. I don't know. But what do I know? I'm just a girl that lives in the woods, you know, who has some weird Rh negative blood. Yep, I'm going to be here. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Is it Pantels? Yeah, I'm going to be watching the dogs until Monday, American time, American day. Yeah, Monday night. I have to check and see when their flight is coming in, but it'll be Monday sometime. But Monday, I also have an opportunity to go see Julie Rhodes play. And I'm like, ooh, that'll be fun. So I'm not really sure what time. That's right. That's right. And you know what? Just like today, like I said, earlier, my very first live stream for the Singing Bowls, the second person that came in started using the vomiting icon for looking at me. That looking at me made them feel like they had to throw up so much that they had to do it 3 times or 2 times, 5 or 6 things. And I can't take that person judging me because to them I looked like they wanted to vomit. Don't look at me, scan it up. But the old me would have took that to heart. The old me would have went, what's wrong with me? Why would somebody even say that to me? And I would have took myself in. And now I'm like, I don't care. You just wanted to be mean. And I was a victim because who does that? I would never go to somebody's page and put a vomit. Even if whatever they were doing was disgusting, I wouldn't do it. I would just scan up and be gone. So you're right. We always have to get a little, cool guy, I am from the United States. Thank you, thank you. Oh, hi, Bean, how are you? But that's the whole point, right? Is like you said, who wants to get vulnerable when somebody you don't even know on the internet is going to choose to be mean to you because I guess they don't have anything better to do in their life. And you got to get a tougher skin. And that's why you have to get vulnerable. And the other thing too about being vulnerable is how are you going to learn unless you get vulnerable? If I don't get vulnerable, I'm not going to learn. I'm not going to grow. I'm just going to stay in my little box and self-absorb every negativity that everybody says. I'm just not going to do that anymore. I spend a lot of time being a people pleaser. And I'm not saying I still won't do good things for people or be part of it, but I'm just not going to go out of my way to try to make someone not think like what was I supposed to say to that person? I just banned them. I was like, you're out of here. You're gone. You know, and where's my tolerance? Where's my compassion? There is none. What do you want me to do? Try to talk somebody into being nice to me when obviously their intentions from the beginning was to be mean to me? I mean, I've never done anything to anyone. My son one time said the same thing to somebody. Someone said, well, I don't know. I don't want to get vulnerable. What if I fall in love with your mom? She could hurt me. And my son stood up like a lion and was like, my mom isn't like that. If anything's going to happen, you're going to hurt my mom. And you know what? He did. And that's just how it is. I'm just not that person. I believe, just like Shauna, I believe there is a higher power that watches over me. And one day I'm going to answer for my actions. And how am I going to say if I'm asked, why were you mean? Why were you disrespectful? Why did you do that? What excuse could I possibly give God of why I was like that? I got to resolve my issues while I'm here and be like, yeah, man, that was tough. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for making the road a little tough, but look, I made it. Bye, Amy. That's right. That's right. And you're right. God sorts it out. God sorts it out. And the other thing too that I've learned is God shows me everything I need to see to make the right decision. It's up to me. This is like a lot of spiritual holistic people say this is a free will zone. Well, that's what that means. A free will zone is that God gives you opportunities, or if you believe in the matrix gives you opportunities. And it's up to you what you do with them because it's free will. But you also have to be ready for your consequences, whether they're good, bad, or indifferent. Because even not making a choice is making a choice. I mean, how long have we been hearing that one? I mean, for a long time. Oh, you all right, Rose? All right, I'm going to put my beets in my salad. Did a little salad right here. Oh, hi, Tony. How are you? I know I'm not normally on right now. It's kind of interesting. I've like warned everybody that during my house sitting, I'm going to kind of be coming on at different times and doing different stuff. And right now I'm making a salad with beets and goat cheese because it's one of my favorites. And it'll be good for me. And it'll be light. And then I think later on tonight, we're going to do a spring roll, possibly. I say that because I got to look at the calendar. I got to write some things down, figure it out when we're going to eat things. That was on my list to do today. But like I told you, time goes by when you're house sitting. And I have to go check the wood stove again. I should probably go do that right now. I know you guys said we can't see down there, but I might take you down there just so that I could do it. Oh my gosh. I don't know any, but well, how I got a hold of this salad idea was a pizza place called Flatbread Pizza. I remember I went there and they only had one salad there. And it was beet and goat cheese. And I was like, well, I like goat cheese. I don't know about the beets. And oh my gosh, I was like, all right, I'm addicted. All right, so let's go down before I finish this. And we're going to go check the wood stove. I'm going to get a little blurry, but just hang in there, okay? I'm going to get a little blurry. What, Rose? You want to go for a walk? Come on, Rose, let's go for a walk. What about you, Charlie? You don't like those stairs, so why don't you stay up here, okay? Why don't you stay up here? Now, this is a grounding. This goes with the red light therapy. And you see how it's plugged in? This is the weirdest thing, but it's a grounding. And it's helping the dogs with their hips. I'm going to be on it. But look at this. Look at where it's plugged in at. Isn't that wild? So that's called a grounding, and the dogs are laying on it for their hips. For their hips. Wonderful. Yes, Rose. So, Rose, you want to take a walk? All right, come on, Rose. Rose and me are going to take a walk, Charlie. We'll be right back. You want to go, Rose? All right, Rose, you go first. Okay, when I get a little pixelated, just hang in there, okay? I'll come back. Because I can't tell when I'm pixelated. But usually I'll lose you for just a little bit. All right, so this is the stove. Like I said, you guys might get a little pixelated. Just hang in there, okay? I'll come back. It just takes a few minutes. No way. Charlie. Wow. All right, let me sweep this one. Oh, look at this. All right. Perfect. Looking good, looking good. All right, look who's down here. Look who came down here. Yeah, Justine making fire. Look who's down here. What are you doing down here, Charlie? All right, Charlie, you want to go up first? What do you think's safer? What do you want to do? You want to follow me up? Okay, then remember, Rose is going to... Charlie, why don't you let Rose... Rose, why don't you go up first? Go on, Rose. I'll be right behind you. Okay, then Charlie, you go up next. That way if you fall, I got you. Good job, good job. That's right. Rose, the snoring dog. Rose, the snoring dog. Oh, you did so good, Charlie. See, that medicine's really good, huh? Rose. All right, let me wash my hands. Let me wash my hands. Yeah, that's good. I think Andy, the other caretaker here, I think he put some in there. Like I told you before, I think he was really weirded out of the fact that a California girl knew how to do a wood fire when he didn't. So now he's putting the wood in there. See? Sometimes you got to be vulnerable. Sometimes you got to be like, hey, if that girl can do it, I can do it too. That's right. If that girl can do it, if that California girl could do it. Oh, you're moving to Colorado? Oh, you might need one of those then. They are 7 years old each. Yep, they are 7 years old, each of them. We're going to be gone for 2 months. Yeah, Stephen. I know she. Yes, I'm making fire. I'm just catching up with everybody. Yeah, yeah, Stephen, you need to come to America. And the person I was thinking about for you, she had a date the other night, and it went really good. So, darn it, I think she's off our list. All right, so let me put the goat cheese on here. Colorado. Let me have a little bit more of my electrolyte. So this is what my salad's looking like. What would be really good is if I had some nuts right now, like some walnuts or something to go in there. That would be really good. That would be really good. That would be really good. Oh, I need to put that away. All right, I need a fork. Rose, I love you, Rose. Rose, Rose. All right, let me put the goat cheese in here. The goat cheese in here. All right. Bean. Were you fibbing? All right, this is with the honey. So let me put some of this in here. One thing about goat cheese, when it's like really soft like this, it's like, OMG. It's like, do you really want big spots? Yes, I do. I do. I mean, the goat cheese crumbles are a lot better for salads, but yeah, Stephen, we need to get you to America. Coming to America. Stephen is, what is that? To nation to nation. I don't know, that's probably not how the song goes, but that's how Justine sees it. All right, I'll break this up a little bit more. Here we go. All right. My body can feel it. It's like, I need something to eat. I need it now. I need it now. All right. So let me put this over here. Nation to nation. I don't think that's how it goes, though. Living in America. Who sang that song? Was it James Brown? Did James Brown do that for a Rocky movie? Is that what I'm thinking? Is that in a Rocky movie? Oh, Coast to Coast. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, I will. Amy, I'll see it when I check my email. Thank you. Trying to keep track of the chat. Thank you to my mods who are filling in for me when I can't see what's going on. Living in America. I even have my what do you call it? My vegan pepperonis here. Who knows? Right, I need to find a dressing. I need a dressing. Honey, ginger, cilantro. Ooh, I think just an Italian would be good. I think an Italian would be good, right? Garlic herb. Creamy Caesar. Yeah, I think this is the one. I think Italian would be perfect. You got the heavy cream? Are you making, what are you making, Heidi? What are you making, Heidi? Okay, then I'm gonna put that dressing on there. Ooh. Yum, yum. Nation to nation. Now I got that song stuck in my head. Anybody else ever do that? Oh, and I brought some yogurt that is like tiramisu, lemon meringue. Ooh, that's going to be really good. Going to have to do a little parfait and all right, let me look right here and make sure we got, yep, we got plenty. All right, let's move over to the table and we'll have a little something to eat. Or we'll just kind of hang out here. How about that? OMG. OMG. All right, let me wash my hands again real quick. And let's see. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anybody's thing. Hello, hello. Now this chat stopped working, but this one is working. Hello, Moose. How are you? How are you? How are you? Nope, I won't be wearing gloves to eat. I am sorry, but I just won't be doing that. I won't be doing that. I've wore gloves a couple times for Mr. Sam Glove, and it wasn't all that it was cracked up to be. So, yes. Nope, nope, nope. You're going to have to stick around, and maybe if I do the dishes, if I end up doing the dishes. All right, so here's my salad for today. It is a goat cheese and beet salad, and just regular lettuce. Yay, yay, yay. Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Stephen. Hello, Jose. How are you? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. How are you doing? I'm just having a little lunch. Got done doing a few things and decided that I would take a little bit of a break and eat a little salad. I took my insulin and my pills. I need to take my vitamins today. That's my last thing that I haven't took. And if you've been over in our Discord, looks like Charlotte's a big winner again. Rose is snoring again. So it's not me snoring, it's Rose.
And if you haven't seen that short, that is Rose snoring. Oh gosh, my hair is such a mess this morning. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome to my stream. It's not a normal stream I have, but sometimes you got to change things up, right? Like we said, you got to be vulnerable. Get out of your comfort zone. Yeah, she's making some chili. Chili, chili. So, Shauna, did you say a cold front's coming in? Well, welcome back, Jose. Welcome back. I had to get off one of my streams earlier. I was needed, so understand that. Thank you for coming back. Oh my God, these beets are so good. I see. I'm telling you, that song is like stuck in my head. Yeah, that wind chill is what get you. That's what we had the other night. Took my Wi-Fi out. That wind is brutal. That wind is brutal. The wind is brutal. Oh, you like the beach? You know, the beach is like 30 minutes from here. Hands down. So good. So I think for our tea and dinner tonight, we're going to work on a few self-help, self-improvement things. We're going to do some journaling, and we're going to do some reflecting. Yeah, Heidi needs to thaw out. Did you see that plant on Heidi's porch? OMG. That thing took the blunt of the ice. Nothing like an ice plant. Probably, Kelly, about, let's see, what time is it right now? Probably at 6 o'clock. Because we're on our own time schedule here. So we'll do, I'll feed the dogs. Then I'll make some tea. Then we'll do a little stuff, and then I'll make some dinner. So probably around 6 o'clock. Well, hello, Mr. Dayberry. How are you? So good. And then Shauna talking about chili's making me hungry for my chili. I might be like, ooh, I don't know. Might have to change our plans up a little. I also have that mushroom steak with some potatoes. So I'm going to have to, what I'll do when I'm off stream is I'm going to plan our meals. And then I'll let you know. I'll write down all the things that I have food for, and then we'll figure out what days to do what. It'll be so much fun. The spring rolls are the same ones I did before, but this time I'm going to cut them like sushi because I saw them at a restaurant like that, and so much better. Mm, this is so good. What I like about this salad too is it's refreshing. It doesn't have a lot of stuff in it, which is really simple for me because you know how I like a lot of stuff in it. But man, it just gives enough. Have you guys ever heard of red hash? Red hash is, I know I want to add some sauce. I know. I put a salad dressing in there, but I'm trying not to add anything. Have you guys ever heard of red hash? I'd never heard of red hash till I came out to the New England. And I did have some fruit this morning, but my stomach was like, you can't eat all that. I can't multi-fruit. I either have to yogurt and then have a fruit separate, but I can't do it all together. Today my body was like, no, thank you. I got full right away. Red hash is potatoes and beets, and you cut them all up into little cubes with some butter, and you put them into a pan, like a frying pan, and you stir it around. OMG, it is so good. You could have your own meal with it. Oh, man. I got so excited I almost lost my fork. And Whoppers were $1. They're sure not $1 anymore. Yeah, I like the red hash. Gonna have to make that again. But the problem is with me is, I'm trying not to have those extra shots. And I need to put my Dexcom on today too. It's usually been scarring me right here. See how it has a little scar where the thing is? So I think I'm going to do it on this arm, but I heard that the Dexcoms are having some kind of issue right now getting them out. Luckily, I'm so bad at putting them on that I have an extra. Aww. Oh, you haven't ever heard of that? I hadn't either till I came out here, but it's so good, Shauna. So good. Well, I also never heard of a thing called chop suey. You know what it is? Hamburger helper. It's noodles with meat and a little sauce, and they call it chop suey out here. I was like, what is that? Oh, that's so nice of you, Jose, to do that. Aw. Cheez-Its are so good. And you can have all kinds of flavored Cheez-Its now, right? Right, Jose? I know, Stephen, but out here it is. And here's the other thing. I used to get chow mein in California, and it wasn't the soupy kind. It was like, it's just the noodles. I come out here, I ask for it. They give me this disgusting stuff, and I go, ooh, that isn't what it's out here. It's called lo mein. So lo mein has the noodles without the juice, I guess, and chow mein has some kind of juice. I was like, man, how am I going to get used to this place? All right, Heidi. Whole onions, OMG. I had a friend that did that. His name was Eddie, and he would eat them like apples, and we'd all be like, oh my God, Eddie. He'd be like, why, it's so good. So your sister isn't the only one that does that. It's kind of like people who can take a lemon and eat a lemon like an orange. I love my lemons, but I can't eat it like that. And I love lemon drops, but I just can't eat them like an orange. I will tell you those honey tangerines today were really good. Let me see if I can refresh in the chat over here so that I don't have to. There we go. Yay. Oh, they're very healing. I think, Shauna, didn't I tell you the story about that guy I was dating once, and he was working in the elevator, and everybody was getting sick, and he didn't want to get sick. And I told him, put an onion in the elevator. And he's like, what? I go, put an onion in the elevator. It takes it's like an old folktale or an old You know how our grandparents used to do it. And I go, it'll take all the bacteria and everything and it'll pull the onion. So you're going to put the onion in there. And then within a couple days, you're going to pull the onion out, throw it away, and get another onion. Let me tell you, never got sick. But there was a couple people that were like, he said they get in the elevator and go. Okay. Sometimes those old remedies worked a lot better than the medication now. Because I don't know about you, but my mom, whenever she got a flu shot, she always got sick. It never, and she thought that was normal. I was like, that ain't normal. You're not supposed to get sick because you get the flu shot. Oh, you did? Pickled onions are good. Pickled green beans are good. Anything pickled is good. Man, this is perfect. This is hitting the spot perfect. I'm so glad I did this. Yeah, my mom always got sick. And then, not that you'll be able to tell your dad not to, but there was a year that everybody was getting sick from the flu, and then the shot started with a T. And people were getting sick from the flu shot and dying from the flu shot. And I remember telling my mom, can we just wait this year? She's like, what? I go, can you just wait? I'll get you some elderberry. I think we got a fire water, got elderberry. We're like up to immune stuff. And I said, can we just not, you know, just this year until they figure out why people are dying from this shot. My mom never got sick that year. The next year came around. I was like, all right, you know, what do you think? Are you going to, the doctor's asking if you're going to do a flu shot. She goes, nope, I'm going to test it again. I'm going to go one more year and I'm going to see. And you know what? She didn't get sick. And until she died, she never got another flu shot. Just saying. All right. Bye, Jose. Thanks for coming by. Thank you. Thank you. Well, you know, think about this. Hello, Amy. I'm still streaming. I'm eating my salad. Think about this. When we were kids, you got 1 or 2 vaccines. Have you seen the list of vaccines? The choices that now your son and, is it girlfriend, wife, significant other? They're going to have some big choices to make. I mean, when Austin was little, I didn't know any better, right? I was like, I don't know. Everybody told me if you're not going to vaccinate them, you got to really, you know, make sure you keep their immune system up. And I was sick and I was like, I can't do that. So his first initial ones, this is before there was, I mean, he's going to be 22 and they still didn't have like 20 of them. They had like 2 or 3. And, I gave them to him, and then I started reading up on them and was like, okay. So then when the HPV came out, I'll never forget, we were seeing the doctor for like some kind of checkup, and the doctor was like talking to him about it. And he looked over at me and I said, no, I don't think we're going to do that. And you know what she did? She looked right at him and said, would you like your mom to leave the room? And he was like 12, 13. He was like in middle school. And I was like, what? And he goes, no, I don't want my mom to leave the room. And at first I was like, okay, we're not coming back to see this doctor, because any doctor that asks the child if the parent should leave the room so they could talk them into getting a vaccine. And I said, can I ask you a question? And she goes, yes. And I said, isn't that for sexually active people? And she goes, well, yes, it helps you. And I looked at Austin, I go, are you sexually active? And he goes, no. And she looked at me and she said, do you really think your child's going to tell you the truth? And Austin got really mad. I said, okay, I think this is done. Thank you for your time. And we walked out of there, and he never got that shot. And then later, did you know how many people petitioned the government to make them stop doing it? Women who ended up becoming sterile or were in wheelchairs because of it. So, you know, I'm not anti-vaccine. I'm anti-smart vaccine. I always say, this is just my thing. Right, you ready? When they wanted me to run for like a governmental position here. So they make you, write down what would you, what would your stance be on certain issues? And what I said was, since the pharmaceutical companies are not being held responsible for any vaccination damages that are caused by their vaccines, that they should have a little prick test. So with every needle, they should have a little prick test. And what happens is, before you get your vaccine, you get a little prick test. Boom. And if there's any redness there, any allergy reaction, as little as it is, they go, okay, you can't have this vaccine right now. You wait a month or 3 weeks or whatever the time the science is for that to kind of get out of their system. You come back and you do it again. What's it going to hurt the pharmaceutical company to make a little test strip this big with their vaccine on it? You do it again. If you do it twice in a row, it says that person can't get that vaccine. It's as simple as that. If you have no reaction, then your body's able to take that, and then hopefully it will work for the purposes of us. How hard is that? I mean, especially if you're going to say, yeah, me and RFK need to talk. That even if, I mean, you're going to not hold them responsible. Do you know, that's what happened to me. Most people, don't know my whole story. But when I was a little, the vaccines had eggs in them, and I got shot with an egg vaccine, and I'm allergic to eggs. My parents trusted. And yes, we didn't have the science now, but we have the science now. So why aren't we doing it? So that was my thing. I just said, if I was part of the government and I started moving up, my whole thing would be to petition that before you get a vaccine, you'd have to be allergy tested on it to make sure that you're not having an allergic reaction, because you're too young to know if you have an allergy. I was, was it before Austin? I must have been in my mid 30s by the time I learned that I was allergic to eggs. Hello. So how are we going to know that that baby's allergic to something if that baby hasn't even experienced it yet? And then boom, we're shooting them full of chemicals. So I don't know. That's just me. So I do think that you should talk to your doctor about it. I think you should do your research. And I think that, you should, that you should, well, it's all about free thinking, right? I mean, if everybody said, here, drink this, it's good for you. And then they said, well, who else has drunk it? Nobody. Are there any tests on it? Well, not really, but I'm sure it'll be good. Yeah. Hello. If you're old enough to remember, that's what happened to most of us too with the estrogen. Did you know that? So when I was growing up, they used to put most of us girls on the highest estrogen level for our birth control. Okay. I took that faithfully every day for years and years and years and years and years. By the time I was ready I got married and have a baby, you know what the doctor told me? Ooh, you've been on a high level for a long time. You might not be able to have babies. Studies showed what? So that's what I'm saying, do your homework, just try not to blindly follow sheep places that only wolves travel. Well, a couple things, Kelly. I kept getting sicker and sicker. And I read this book, Eat for Your Blood Type, and I was AB negative. And all the things that book said were toxic for me. I've been eating my whole life, and I was like, that book is stupid. What does that book know? I mean, if I'm not supposed to be eating this, wouldn't I have known? So the immunologist was like, have you ever had an allergy test? I was like, no. He goes, I'm going to do a full board. I'm going to send you over the nest. I'm going to do a full board. Everything that book told me not to eat was everything I was allergic to, including industrial meat. And how it was explained to me is that my body, because it had every time I was eating eggs, it wasn't like a peanut allergy. It was like a little cyanide on my food. Little cyanide. I remember calling my mom up after the test. I go, Mom, you were trying to kill me. And she's like, what? I go, I'm allergic to eggs. And every time you fed me eggs, you're killing me. And, but I kind of was joking, but I was like, man, did you know that that's what's been happening to me? So really I had an allergy test. And that's why sometimes I'll meet RH negatives and I'll ask them some questions. And then I always go, are you allergic to eggs? And they'll be like, no, I go, oh, you were tested? Oh, no. I said, hi, my name's Justine. You better go get checked. Because what it does is, I've explained this at the health food store. What happens is you have one immune system, okay? One army. And when you eat something that's an allergen, when it goes in, your immune system goes, oh, foreign objects, something I have to fight. And it does all this work trying to stop the immediate danger of what you're eating, where this person over next to you is sneezing and coughing and not washing their hands. And all of a sudden, your body can't go, hey, we're going to split up the army. And so half the army is fighting this and half the army is fighting that. And so your body can't do it. And something has to give. Something has to give. So what I do is I remove the food allergens so that when something comes, just like I told you, I'm not feeling very good. My back is hurting. I probably need to check my kidneys again. I need to find out some things. And this way, whatever's going on, my immune system is attacking that instead of attacking the food I'm eating. I mean, it's really simple, but we make it complicated. So yes, if you are feeling sick, lethargic, brain fog, back aches, nerve aches, headaches, then you should talk to your doctor to see if you could have a allergy test of your foods. And then it gives you a baseline that you can be like, hey, I can't have that. Now, I think Tony said it, but they do now have vaccines without the eggs. They came out with a CV without the eggs. And my roommate at the time worked at the vaccine center. And she came home all excited. And I was like, nope, no, thank you. Even if you took the eggs out, I'm not gonna do it. Sorry. So just so everybody knows, me, my son, and my mom all never were vaccinated, but we never left the house. And then when my mom broke her hip, she had tested, didn't test positive for it, and had never had it. And I've never had it. I was the only one that wrote it out in the store, and my son's never had it. So, sometimes there's things that you can do to help fight things, and other times you're prone to get it. Hello, Jess. How are you? You have a Toyota Corolla. Oh my gosh. Is that a 2-seat? Is that a 2-door? Why does that sound familiar? Is that a 2-door? I wonder if my friend had one of those. Remind me if that's a 2-door. I can't believe she's snoring. She snores worse than I do. And I thought I snored pretty bad. And then last night, I hardly got any sleep. I was congested. And I was like, oh, my body is really trying to fight something right now. And both the kids were sick with whatever, cough, flu, or whatever's going around. Yeah, if you get tired sometimes, that's true. Yes, that happens too. Hormone imbalances, that's right. There's so many different things. And you might, and this is the whole thing, Let me see who was, all right, that was just mean. This is the thing. You know your body better than anybody else. And you just need to be prepared when you go into the doctor of saying these are the things and what it is. And here's the stuff. You got to weigh things out, right? If it's going to make you healthier, but it could have a chance of causing you cancer, then that might be a risk that you take. We talked about that vulnerability, But my thing, this is just my thing, and I've worked in this industry, health holistic, since I was sick. And actually even before. Hold on, let me wash my hands. And I just tell everybody, here's your first line of defense. Find out what your blood type is. And for 30 days, eat what it says is the most beneficial food for you. And if you feel better, and if you don't, then you better go see the doctor because something else is going on. Like with me, I was sick and I was still having trouble, but it's because I was about ready to have a heart attack. In my health journey, I met a colonics person, and she explained to me all about that and how you can tell so much. And then when I had a large intestine, I almost had to have half of my large intestine out and would have had to have a bag. And how we stopped that was my doctor didn't want to butcher me, thank God. I waited out for 10 days in the hospital and did Reiki and did other stuff. And at that time, I could tell the difference too. And I was like, woo, because I couldn't eat. For 10 days, for 5 days, I was sucking on one of those wet straws. Then finally, they were like, okay, I think we're going to give you some food. And then it was broth. And I was like, whoa. So I do agree with that, Stephen. I think you could tell a lot by that. You hate kale. You know what the trick is with kale? I'll tell you what the trick is with kale. And it doesn't mean you have to eat it. You like it, but kale has to be massaged with lemon juice for a salad or anything. It's so tough that you have to put a little lemon juice on it. Or make kale chips. And they're not so bad when they're like that. I used to do kale for a while, but I used to make kale chips, and when I put it in the salad the first time, it was the same thing. I was like, oh. I mean, it's very beneficial for you, but you got to really know what to do with it. Yeah, I like that. I like turnip greens and collard greens. Yes, Stephen. It's the same way with when I used to juice, and I'd have kale in there, romaine lettuce, and I always had to have a Honeycrisp apple because that seemed to cut through the bitterness. And so there is things you have to have with it, or otherwise, or shred it up, squeeze a lemon juice on it. Where you going, Rose? All right, and then I think I gotta do their water real quick here too. Yes, you gotta mix it with something. Oh, I love turnip greens. I've juiced them before too. They're all good. Yeah, because kale, my first attempt at kale was not good either. I was like, oh, I don't think so. I was like everybody else in this picture. I was like, I just can't do it. I don't care how beneficial it is. I just can't do it. I'm gonna move you guys over here so you can see. I'm gonna do this real quick. I'm gonna do my bowl, and then I'm going to fill the dog's water. And then I think I'm going to take a little bit of a break. And then I will come back around 6 o'clock. We'll do our evening stream. I'll put away some of these dishes. Pick up some of these toys. All right, and then let me take care of the I'm going to have to water some plants, do a few things, so I'll take care of that. I know she didn't have a chance to water any plants before she left. Dry off my hands. And we got 3 in here. We got snowman, the bear that died, and the pig. So we'll have to wait to see what is going to, what ones are they going to be playing with today. So let me move this over here. Lift you up a little bit. There we go. I know he wasn't doing very good this morning, but I hope you're doing better now. Hello, hello, everybody. I want to thank everyone for coming in. I know I normally don't stream in the afternoon, but it was a nice change, wasn't it? Oh, excuse me. And I'll be doing this while I'm staying here, and we'll be doing different things. And like I said, we got the singing bowls. I'm going to do the red light therapy. I'm going to look it up and see how to do it, and maybe that'll help my back. I mean, who knows? We'll try it. I don't know too much about red light therapy, but I'm going to try it. Oh, you like it, Stephen? Well, I just want you to know, Stephen, it is always a pleasure to have you and Shauna and Matt in here. Heidi, she's on the same clock as me. Shauna's a little bit behind, and you guys are really at a different time. So I always appreciate that you guys make the effort to come over here. And, oh, you got a cherry. No, stop it. They have a cherry cola flavor. Stop it, Heidi. I had to give up those Celsius. I might have to try it. Oh, I bet. Are you painting and doing things? That's my, maybe if they, here, I'm going to manifest something right now. Are you ready? I'm going to manifest a cherry cola with a nice cherry flavor electrolyte. Now this is cherry pomegranate, but I mean a sweeter one. Yeah, it's 1 p.m. for you right now. Yeah, but this is good. Then you'll have time to work on your chili a little bit, and I'll have time to I'm kind of still getting used to, oh, me too. Cherry cola. Let me tell you, this is my real downfall. Whenever I go to a store and I'm walking down that aisle, I see these little cans of it now, like little, and I'm so, just go get one. It'll be all right. But then I know, I got to stop. I got to see that I got to get this 15 pounds off. This is the week to do it. I might not get the 15 off, but I need to at least get 5 off because I have to see my cardiologist. And, ooh, I love the crock pot. And I'm trying not to be a bad girl right now. And it's really hard because my taste buds love to eat and they love good food. And I just got to stop doing it. So that's what I'm going to do. I have a few things to do while we're waiting. I'll plan our meals for the rest of the week. I'll get our workbook out. And then, like I said, you're doing better than me. I haven't budged. I think I budged 1.5 pounds the other day, and I was like, well, it's better than nothing. I'll get with our workbook. So just know if you're going to be stopping in later on for our 6 o'clock, we're going to be doing some work. I mean, hello, it's part of our retreat. So I guess the first day of your retreat, you pack it. And then today we did a few things. But tomorrow and the next day, we're going to have to do a little work. And I might be going to a Warren Haynes concert tomorrow. And if I am, I'm going to see if I can go live from there. I don't know how much you guys will be able to see, if anything, but who knows? If you don't know who Warren Haynes is, look it up. I think you'll find it very interesting. And yeah, so we'll see. We're always having stuff done, so it's really good. You know, I think the other thing too is I want this to be a long-lasting weight loss, and I might have to cheat a little bit in really honing back. And what I mean by cheat is not tell myself that it's okay to have these things, but be like, no, Justine, you can't have these things no more. But we'll see what happens. See, and I already cut out most of my carbs and my sugar, so mine is more something else. Mine's probably, bringing back with Stephen, mine's probably an elimination issue, and that's why I need to work a little bit harder getting good, healthy foods in there that aren't clogging up my intestines and moving things through. So yes, we're very proud of you. Yes, yes, yes. And that's the other thing too, like the lemon fizzies. I haven't been having my lemon fizzy. I just been off track a little bit, you know, with the anniversary of my dad's passing and, you know, Heidi's dad. It really kind of threw me off. And then getting electrocuted threw me off. And I just got to get through the first few months. Once I get past March and April, I usually do good. You know, my mom's birthday is next month, and then April is when I had my heart attack and when my mom passed. But now April, instead of being about my mom, I don't know if you guys realize this, my mom passed on the 1st of April. I had my heart attack on the 5th of April. And so, and then had my surgery on the 10th of April. And I have a different outlook on April now. I'm not as, I don't want to say fixated, but I'm not so depressed about my mom passing because, as most of you know, I wrote on my blog and I shared that to honor my mom's passing the year that I had a heart attack, I wanted to live. I wanted to really follow through with things and quit being depressed about things. And I think that God was like, well, then I'm going to have to give you a heart attack and we're going to have to fix your arteries because if you want to live longer, we're going to have to fix you. And look at me now. So I'm hoping that I can get back on track and with you guys' help because we're holding each other accountable. And in our Discord, you know, we're sharing our recipes. And let me tell you, Paul showed me some pictures. Charlotte's Paul. We might have to go over to his house and we might have to have him make us something to eat. I don't know. We're taking this show on the road. I hope you're ready. I know you guys like my house, but there's a big world out here and we're going to go see it together and we're going to meet all kinds of interesting people. We're going to learn all kinds of interesting things. Me and Charlotte and Paul and even Dave Barry, we're all talking about the Boston Museum, the aquarium in Boston. And so who knows? Who knows? It's an adventure, right? At least we get to share it together. And I'm so glad we do. Yes, I am so glad. Yes, salads are good. And I'm glad. And you know, the same thing too is having some protein on them. And maybe that's something I'm lacking a little bit, just like Shauna was saying, if you don't take your iron. Oh, and in your package that I am going to mail out. Oh my gosh. I was like, I got to put a birthday thing in there. I had to put the baby thing in there. And then I was like, storm after storm. I was like, I got to get this stuff out. I put a little liquid iron in there for you. Okay. So you could try it. You could take it to your doctor if you want. And it's liquid, clear, doesn't taste like anything. And you could put it in stuff. And I think it'll be helpful when you're feeling a little down. You could take a little and see if that'll help. So yes. Yes, you like your butter. Oh my gosh. Heidi does like her butter. But the doctor said she's doing good. So long as those tests come out good, Heidi, you just keep it up. Some people are born to eat meat, and some people are born to eat more veggies and a little meat, and that's me. Oh, listen, that box, I have to keep it with that box because when you get the box, I don't want to spoil the surprise, but when you get the box, you'll see why I had to stick with that box. Okay, when you get the box, you'll be like, oh, that's why I had to stick with that box. So I had to like pull things out, put things back in, and I'm so happy. I hope you love it. I know you will. And I hope you get a benefit out of all the stuff that I put in there. And that's not the first, that's not going to be the last box I send to you. And I probably need your address again because I went looking for it and I was like, I thought I put it in my, but I can't find it in my planner. So I might just have thought about writing it down, didn't. So when I'm ready, I'm going to ask for your address. I got everybody else's stuff ready to go. And it doesn't matter, even if it's been a while, Joshy and all them, they're going to get their awards. It might take a little while, but Justine always comes through with a promise, even if it takes a little bit. And so it's so cute. And I'd like to show everybody, but then I'm like, oh, I'd love some Southern goodies. Well, you know what my Southern goodie is? I'm going to come visit you. Yeah, I don't want to cry. I'm going to come visit you. I'm going to get a hug from you. Oh my gosh, why am I bawling? See, I can't get through one without. So that's going to be my Southern goodies, and then you'll be able to cook for me. And I'll be able to cook for you maybe in your beautiful new kitchen. Isn't that great? So, yes, that will not be my last package to you. And like to everybody else who won for the bingo, I'll be reaching out to you because obviously we haven't reached our memberships yet. So some of you already won memberships, but I want to do something more because I don't know when we're going to get to memberships. And that's one of the things about, trying to get watch hours. And so, like my son said, I got to figure out how to post more of my videos without getting the copyright strikes. And I'm going to be working on that. But I want to send something out to everybody. And I think I figured it out. And yes. And I got to call the post office. I got to make sure that Phil knows that I'm coming to get my stuff. So I'm going to probably try to do that today too, before it closes, so that I can make sure that he knows I'm coming. Don't send any of my stuff back. So I'll reach out to them. So yes, and Heidi, if she takes all the meat. And Heidi, what did you do with that meat the other day? Did you show us what you did with that meat? Did you make a meatloaf? That's what I was craving, meatloaf. When I saw that meat, I was like, if I could have anything that was meatloaf, I would love a meatloaf with mushrooms, onions, bell peppers, all kinds of seasoning. Then I would like it to be cheesy with some tomato or ketchup on top. Oh, thank you. Kathy, how are you? Well, I'm getting ready to get off here, but thank you. So good to see you. I'll be back on tonight around 6 o'clock. So if you have some free time tonight, I'll be on. So good to see you. So good to see you. Things are a little bit different here. And we're house sitting with some dogs. They're sleeping right now, so I'm letting them sleep. I don't know. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see where Charlie is real quick. All right. Do you guys remember my short with the dogs and me on the couch? Not very many, Shauna. Not very many at all. And what it is Jake said, my lives don't count unless they're posted. So I got to start posting my lives. I'll let you know in the, I'll look it up and I'll let you know in Discord. Okay, so here are the dogs. So you remember when I was on the couch? Look how there's no room for me on that couch. Rose is looking, look at Rose. Oh, I just need 4K. I can do it. I can do it. Yeah, the lives. And when I do the music in the morning, so Austin was like, learn how to, look at this, isn't he cute? Yeah, I gotta get the ones with the music off there. Look at Charlie. He's so cute. Well, you know what Austin said, and he was kind of smart. You know, my son's pretty smart. He's like my manager, I guess you could call. I don't know. He's the CEO of this whole thing. And what he said is two things. He said, Mom, if you can learn in studio how to edit your videos, you could then separate your dancing in the morning from your cooking and then just post the cooking. Or, he said, when you get done with your dancing in the morning, you have your cup of coffee and you're ready to cook, you could be like, all right, now we're going to cook. I'll be right back on. And you turn off your live and turn it back on and do a separate live. You know, like if I can't figure out how to do the editing. And I'm like my friend, Miss Charlie. She said once on her live, the reason why I go live is because I can't edit worth nothing. And I don't know if I can edit either, but it's still new. This is all fresh. Maybe I can, but he's right. You know, I could always, when we get done in the morning, right before the fortune cookie, I'd be like, all right, we're going to do the fortune cookie. I'm going to turn off this portion of the live and I'll be right back with our second half and then have a second half. So yes, and Heidi's learning how to do things. And Panda said that he had a, was it Slice or something? Splice? He had an app that I could use. So I'm sure I can get on there, but I'll definitely, I'll let you know what my watch hours, but they're not very much. They're really low. I'm starting to catch up, but you know, I also am not willing to go live 24 hours a day for 7 days a week. My life is just not where I can do that. But in the summer, who knows? And now I'm learning I could just, you know, right now, I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but once you hit 1,000, it doesn't wait. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but some of my lives go live. right away. They're not supposed to do that. They're supposed to go private until they're scanned to make sure there's nothing going on. So I got to really make sure that I'm being a good girl, because if one of those posts without me stopping it, I could be in a lot of trouble. So I'm going to work on it. I mean, I love to dance with you guys. I do. I love to dance. It's fun in the morning to dance and doing that. And I don't want to stop doing that. So I either have to really pay YouTube money so I could get their I won't get a copyright strike, or I have to stop dancing. And I don't know if I can stop dancing. I don't know. So we'll do it. Steven, I just want you to know that I have your sweatshirt, and I'll be wearing it sometime on this trip. I almost wore it today, and then I was like, it was in the closet. In the closet, everything was cold, and I was like, oh, I'm not putting that on cold. So yes, you're going to not only get your fix of me, but you're going to get the fix of that sweatshirt that is 2 times too big for me. But I love it because it's so cozy. Yes. I know, and Heidi makes so many good emojis. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Stephen. You know, my Blue Crew has my heart so much. I love my OGs. I love my subscribers, but my Blue Crew, I love you so much. You guys always have my back. Oh, there you go. That would be good. And I don't mind doing that. Just the same way that, like, I've told all of my mods. And Austin was the same thing. Austin was like, all right, Mom. And then when you get monetized, this is what's going to happen. And then you go, here's a little money for you. 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 And I was like, yep, I'm already on that. So yes, the CEO wants me to not only invest back in what we're doing, but wants to make sure that all my mods who have been with me since the beginning, helping me really create this channel in ways I never could, that they too get monetized when I get monetized. And because I do this for fun, and yes, it's always good to have a little extra money, but I would rather share it with everybody who created this channel than, hog it or hold on to it. I'm just not that kind of person. So yeah, I'm going to follow some of his stuff. I'm going to follow some of my mod suggestions. I'm going to keep working towards it. And I'm going to follow those who have been before me. And the other thing that I need to do is, I'd love to give some money away. Oh my God, you have no idea how fun that would be. I also know that doing shorts are very helpful for watch time. So I'm going to be working on more of my shorts too. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be exciting. 2025 is our year, right? It is our year. I'm hoping that we still have our summer camp. So there's so many things planned that I just got to sit down and I got to nail things. And I'm about ready to do that. That's what this time away is. I always feel like when I come here, it's a chance for me to get away from everything and refocus, because the kids take care of the house and I get to just take care of myself. And even though I'm taking care of, as you can see, these really tough dogs that, it's time. It's time. It's time for us to build our family bigger and stronger and be able to help each other. And look, Heidi May's going live next. And like I told Heidi May, please go live when I can be there. I so want a mod for you. I can't wait. Not that I'm good at gaming, but hey, I can see a troll. And I've learned from Shauna how to spot them sometimes, but it'd be nice to get in the saddle again. So we'll see what happens. But I love all of you so much. And like I said, I'm going to get off of here and I'll be back around 6 o'clock. All right? What, Panda? You didn't know that I was on? You like pop on and there I am? You're like, what is she doing on here? Oh, I love you, Matt. Matt, like I tell you, you are my right and left side of my brain. Shauna's my heart. Stephen is my sense of humor. And you are my brain. Dave Barry is my backup. And Heidi May, she's my hostess to my mostest. I'm the hostess and she's the mostest. So I love all of you so much. You'll see me at 6. All right, Panda. I'll see you guys all then. I'll see you later. Have a good afternoon. Enjoy that chili crock-potting. Man, so much good. And have a good day. And I'll see you soon. Bye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks.